Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're talking about the next generation anti-cheat question mark. What's going on there? And also we'll be covering a few of the frequently asked questions, as we've gotten that question quite a bit in the comments. We want to make sure everybody knows what's going on here. So I am Jade Monkey. We are talking about all things Rust Console Edition, and yes, there is a next generation version brewing in the background. We still don't know what the price is yet. The official word is that we'll hear something. Probably we'll hear the prices on this in April, and they'll most likely announce a beta after that. And we think the beta is projected to be sometime in May, so we'll see. Fingers crossed and all that stuff. Anyways, frequently asked questions, because a lot of people are like, hey, this next generation thing's coming in. Am I going to lose stuff? What's happening? So the biggest one we've heard, and I know a lot of you have already seen this, but again, I've gotten this question so many times. It says, I own Rust coins and skins on the current generation. So the core system's just Rust Console Edition. It says, will these remain in the next generation? They say yes. All of your in-game purchases, including your Rust coins and skins, will be carried over to the next generation version. Your skins will be carried forward and will look more crisp. Beautiful. Also, it says, can I use my current Rust Console Edition account on the next generation version? They said yes. Your existing account can be used on the next generation version of Rust Console Edition. But we don't know if that next generation version, like what it's going to cost. It will most likely cost something at a discounted rate if you've already bought the game, is my guess. Also, another good question here says, I'm still on the older gen console. What would Rust Console Edition look like for me once the next generation version has been released? Will future updates still come to the old generation consoles? It says, we'll keep playing. You can keep playing the original console version, PS4, Xbox One. The server wipes will still happen as usual. However, all future updates and new features will only come to the next generation version. So they're freezing it in time. That shouldn't be like a huge thing. Okay, so on to the thing I think a lot of us have been. It's been a major point of contention for a lot of us, including myself. The cheating, right? It's out of hand on Rust Console Edition, and the cheating here consists of script kiddies, things to reduce recoil, and also mouse and keyboard devices. This is their original statement. I think it's worth going over. And again, we're talking about, I'm sure there's more than this, but the ones I know of are like Zen and Zim, or this is Zim, that's Zen, whatever. Yeah, anyways, this was their official announcement. This was a while ago, and this is kind of why we're like, okay, like next generation anti-cheat? What are we talking about, guys? So it said third-party devices. The use of third-party devices to gain an unfair advantage in Rust Console Edition has been a concern for the community since the game's release. These devices include mouse and keyboard, converters for console play, as well as scripts that minimize weapon recoil and enable the use of macros. We understand the frustration this causes, no kidding. For those who just want a fair and fun competitive experience, we're committed to finding new solutions. It goes on to say, to combat this issue, we're continually improving our auto detection systems and developing new ones. We will not disclose when or how these systems will be implemented, but we assure you that we are taking, as my voice cracks, assure you that we're taking the issue seriously. Additionally, the introduction of the community servers in the future will offer server owners the ability to restrict access to players suspected of using third-party devices, providing server owners the tools they need to help fight against unfair practice. We also want to reduce the number of false reports that we receive, and we need your help to achieve this. Please note that hacks like auto-aim, invincibility cheats, see-through walls, and infinite ammo are not possible in Rust Console Edition. I'll have more on that here in a second, because the consoles do not allow users to modify local game files. However, some game scenarios can create misleading appearances, such as when a player's high ping causes shots to appear when they hit when they do not. We kindly ask you to raise awareness about this, as false reports only create more noise and make it harder for us to take action for actual cases against third-party devices. Okay, couple things to cover here. One of the reasons why we came over to Rust Console Edition was the cheating on PC is so incredibly bad. Even though I'm telling you now, I'm underselling it. It's so insane. If you don't believe it or you want to see how bad it is, Komomo_10 on YouTube. He literally, his whole channel is him being an admin on actual Rust PC servers. And dude, it's crazy. And that's just the stuff he catches when he's online. That's just one guy. It's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, it sucks where you want to play this game that you love so much, and you come over here, and only to be met with people increasingly using these devices, mouse and keyboard. I think this one's only mouse and keyboard, and this one's like mouse and keyboard and controller, or recoil scripts or whatever. Either way, they're all bad news. So it kind of sucks. Like, it's not to undersell like how poopy it is to get cheated on in this game. It sucks. Like, and here's the thing: we've been playing PC Rust for 11 years. So like, you know, it is an unfair advantage for someone to use a mouse and keyboard against people with controllers 100% because it's like we've been playing PC Rust for so freaking long. Like, you don't think I know when a mouse and keyboard guy snapshots me? Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's like, and even more frustrating is they'll talk trash to you too, and they're like, "I'm so good." I was like, "I assure you, you play PC, the bad players there will stomp you out." Anyways, to go further, because I know this kind of goes deeper than just the game, Xbox has gotten quite serious, and so has PlayStation. It says we're serious about keeping the network fun and safe and enjoyable environment for everyone. This means that sometimes we must step in when we detect severe violations. The services and community agreement. You know, good example here. You know, a PlayStation user getting banned, and then I had another one, but I lost it. There was another one where somebody on PUBG got banned. So this kind of shows you on a PlayStation a system level ban. Or I'm sorry, this is Xbox. Jeez, Xbox. And then the other one kind of shows you like the software level. So either way you cut it, right? Whether it's the system level or the software level, no matter what system you're on, it's all bannable. And it's all cheating, all of it. No matter how you have it connected, no matter how you're using it, you're a scumbag if you're doing it, right? And here's the crazy thing, right? So because of all this, they had a response to this, and I was like, okay, well let me just show you. So they said, will there be anti-cheat with the next generation version? They said yes. We are tracking cheaters at the moment, and we should have a system online for launch, which will enable us to start automatically banning players. That's good news, but also I will kind of believe it when we see it. Like, I believe they're taking it seriously, but it's so incredibly bad now on console, on Siege, on Warzone, or whatever it's called now, the new Call of Duty or whatever it's called. You know, whatever game you're playing on, there's always this problem on console where people use a mouse and keyboard. And because of that, it really kind of takes away. And I think a lot of people have eventually maybe converted over because they're like, well, we can't beat them. We might as well join them. Well, here's the thing. I think they did talk about this. I don't think I have the example here, but they did talk about in the future when they do ban people, how it should persist through multiple accounts. So even if you sign in with an alternate, I think it's still going to zap you, which I think is great. But again, we'll kind of believe it when we see it. Here's the thing. I love Rust. I love it on PC. I love it on console. It would be nice to finally have a next generation version that runs really well, that where we could use mouse and keyboard. I know in the past they've talked about how they're not going to do it. They also said they weren't going to do a next generation version until Daddy stepped in and said, hey, we're going to do a next generation version. So it's possible. It would be nice to know where they stand on this for the next generation stuff, because here's the thing. A lot of these people that are using these devices, it's over here, I think it's not going to get rid of all of it, but it's definitely going to temper it down. Because I know I'll play on a mouse and keyboard server, like if it's legit. You know what I mean? Like if they allow us to do so. And these systems can definitely handle a mouse and keyboard. That's not the case. You know what I mean? Like it's not... Other games actually support it. Like DayZ is a great example. They have mouse and keyboard servers, and a lot of the custom servers allow it. You know, because people are like, yeah, I like using the mouse and keyboard on this. And like what? So if you can get rid of the other types of cheaters, like the actual cheating, where it's like, you know, aimbots, ESPs where you can see through walls and stuff, flying, hacking, moving faster than you should be, all this crazy stuff that people can do on like computers, that it's not possible here. And so like imagine having a smoother experience because we're on next gen, and then we can use the mouse and keyboard legitimately. Like I think a lot of people just go to those servers. And then honestly, on a mouse and keyboard server that's sanctioned, I mean, you can use a Zen or Zim. It's not going to matter now, is it? Now, to the point, I know one of those, I think is it Zen that does the script crap? It's called, the general term is called script kiddie, basically recoil reduction. If we get the new recoil pattern at some point where it's randomized, it kind of kills the whole thing for scripts. Because scripting on PC, was very bad. Still kind of is, but like in different ways. But it would be really nice to remove it from the combat situations, because it's super annoying when you know you're having a good time, you're playing with your boys, and then you know some scumbags roof camping with a cheater's toolkit, which is the handmade with a scope, or a M249 with a scope, and he's just beaming you like every shot, and you're like, okay, bro, thanks. Like, you know what I mean? Like those things are so unruly on purpose. But it's like, man, you're sniping with that? Get out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying people can't land the shot, but when they're landing 4 shots in a cluster, brother, something's up. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice to have that off the table. So if they had it more randomized, it would definitely help out quite a bit. And even the mouse and keyboard stuff. Like I know a lot of people are like, hey, just get PC. I was like, dude, you don't want that cheating problem. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And as far as I can tell, some other people were asking this too. They said, hey, are they going to make this crossplay with PC? I don't think so, or at least in the current way this is built. I don't see this being a crossover thing yet. And they've kind of specifically said so because the game is still very different in ways where you can't really have a one-to-one connection between the two. Until that changes or starts to drift towards it, I don't think that's going to be the case. And again, if I'm not against playing against other platforms like PC or even like console to console, but like give us the option to turn off crossplay. Like if we're connected to PCs, whether it's like PlayStation and Xbox can play together all day because they're essentially in the same like walled garden that keeps the cheaters out, the hackers out. We'll say hackers because mouse and keyboard is still cheating. But like if we don't have the ability to turn off crossplay and we have to play with players, I might as well just play on the computer and I'll get cheated on with higher frame rates. You know what I mean? So like I want the ability to turn it on and off at will. So like when the cheating gets bad, and believe you me, it gets bad here. There's seasons for it. Like our cheating season in PC Rust is coming up, and it's absolutely insane. You're like, well, how do you know, Jade? Because the game goes on sale, so the cheaters, when they get banned, can just keep buying versions of the game that are cheaper, which is insane. So yeah, like believe me, the PC cheating is out of this mind or out of this world. It'll blow your mind. Jeez, I'm having a stroke backwards. So yes, I'm excited for this anti-cheat news. Again, a lot of it I kind of believe it when I see it. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I have seen some activity for people do get banned here, but it's nowhere near. It feels nowhere as near as like some of the systems they have in place on PC. But see, the problem's so bad on PC, it's just like it overwhelms everything. So it's kind of hard to tell unless you've been around this game for a long time, dealt with cheaters for a long time. Nothing sucks worse on PC Rust than playing away, dude, and some cheater lives next to you. You like report him, and he's just hanging out there for the whole week, and you're like, dude, this guy sucks. So hopefully we can remove a lot of that feeling for us here on Console Edition. I think those are some ways we can do it. That ban system being more robust, I think on the software side is a good start. As it was right here, is a good start, definitely. And I think the systems are starting to crack down on it because we're seeing it more and more kind of between Xbox and PlayStation. And again, if we remove the incentive for these guys to use this, I think it's going to pretty much evaporate. Not completely, but a lot of it. So fingers crossed. I'm very excited for this next generation update, for the new content we'll be getting. We'll kind of be unshackled. I know it's kind of a poopy thing to say, but with monthly updates and the next generation stuff in place when it is released, is definitely going to look. We're going to be going full steam ahead for all the new stuff, and I absolutely cannot wait. I'm excited for it. I'm just chomping at the bit for like, okay, when, how much, and when and where beta, right? Anyways, I got some videos on it. Hopefully it's up on the end screen now, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream.